I was looking at the Anthony Davis trade in 2019 and what we gave up, and I was thinking, was this actually a good trade? And I see where they're at now, especially, and you know that we also had the ability to sign him that next summer. So we didn't have to trade for him because he had always said that I only want to go to the Lakers. I will only go to the Lakers. So we would have been able to sign him the next summer regardless of anything. So we could have kept Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and those three picks. And those three picks are also very important, and I'll explain to you why. Um, First things first, I'll go with AD. So, in New Orleans, his last season, he played 56 games because he's a day to day Davis. 26 points, 12 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, 1.5 steals. Obviously, phenomenal player. No, I'm not shortchanging him in any way, shape, or form. But at the end of the day, again, you think everything we gave up, was it worth it? I mean, there's always a threshold. You could even say there's too much for LeBron when he was in his prime. You could say you could give up too much for him. So there's always too much for a certain trade, no matter how good the player is. So we'll go first for Lonzo. Lonzo, 10 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1.5 steals. 1.5 steals, that's decent. But, I mean, off of 40% shooting, 33% from 3, and a weird, crooked shot. But also only 45 games. He's very clearly injury prone. Second was Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, his season was ended because he had deep vein thrombosis. That's a career-threatening injury. Most people do recover from it, but some people don't. The perfect example, Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh's career was ended because of deep vein thrombosis. So that is a. So I'm not going to go over his stats because when he was put into that trade, it was because his career may have been ended at the time. So even though he is a 20-point a game scorer, it was fair for him to be put in there. Josh Hart. It's a triple double threat right now, but back in the day he was not. Back in the day he was scoring 8 points a game, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal. But today, scoring 13 a game on 1.5 steals, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds. It's like almost every other night he's getting a near triple double. It's crazy. I was, I can't remember what the exact quote was, but I was looking for a video earlier. But I remember Kobe doing an interview somewhere. It may have been on a late show. Um, that he said something along the lines of, don't trade all the young players away and then watch them flourish on other teams later. And then that's exactly what's happening today. We traded away all of our young talent and we're watching them flourish on other teams today. We got rid of 3 firsts. One of those firsts was Dyson Daniels. He would have been a fantastic person to have right now. Averaging 3 steals a game this year. That would have been very nice to have. 14 points and 3 steals a game this year. That would have been nice. I would have loved to have had that. But he was one of the picks that we gave to New Orleans in the Anthony Davis trade, unfortunately. Another one of the picks that we gave up was DeAndre Hunter. 14 points. So he does a dent. I mean, good shooter. 48%, 42% from three. But, yeah, Dyson Daniels would have been fantastic to have. But at the end of the day, like, having all of that young talent and then just signing Anthony Davis in the offseason would have been so much better. Yes, we wouldn't have that championship in 2020, but my argument is that maybe we don't have that 2020 championship, but we easily would have another championship. Because all that young talent, even if we didn't get AD the next summer, we could have won another championship with all of this talent and just built around all of those young guys. Because Dyson Daniels and DeAndre Hunter would have been some of the draft picks. So all that young talent plus those draft picks would have definitely won us a championship with LeBron. So, and AD was saying that he would only come to LA, so I can't see him turning down coming to Los Angeles. So I think that I don't think we should have done this Anthony Davis trade in 2019, looking back on what we gave up. Now, what people averaged back then and what they're averaging now is completely different. And those draft picks, we didn't know what they were going to be. But this is also why Kobe said in that interview that I was referencing, don't trade young players and watch them flourish on other teams later. Because that is what is happening now when we did it. So, if you agree and you think that maybe we shouldn't have done the AD trade, let me know in the comments. Or if you disagree that we should have done the AD trade, also let me know in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I'd love to have a conversation. Thanks for watching.